Um, Chris, thank you for joining us. Can you tell me what happened this morning in Kiev? You were there, right? Right in the middle of it.
We're here with our organization MOAS. We're rotating between Kyiv and the front line on a regular basis, and we're out doing some fitness this morning in one of the beautiful parks here. And it's very typical. You will hear the air alarm, which is happening 3 or 4 times a day, and except this time, after a few minutes of hearing the siren, we started to hear the Patriot missile batteries launching. It sounds like a very strong missiles launching, and it's actually right nearby where we're staying here in Kyiv. And we saw 3 or 4 in the sky, and so there were the explosions in the air, and then of course that you could hear the impacts of the explosions that weren't intercepted by the Patriot battery missiles. And so this was very loud, and of course immediately you started to see people panicking on the streets, running for shelter, and you can see the plumes of smoke coming up. And this lasted about an hour, all throughout this sort of attack in the morning.
What was your first reaction, Chris?
It felt like, of course, the city has been under attack, and I've been here while it's been under attack, especially at the beginning of the full-scale invasion. But it seemed like it was a very heavy targeted attack this morning. It was definitely probably the biggest of the year that anybody's heard or witnessed. It was definitely the loudest, and of course, the number of dead is reaching 30 at this children's hospital, and it looks like one of the deadliest days here in Kyiv. One of Europe's most important children's hospitals at that, and so it's very sad that actual hospital was targeted, because I mean that's definitely not military infrastructure. That's civilian and children, and it's very sad.
Yeah, do you think it was a missile that went astray, or was it?
You can never say exactly. You'd have to ask Russia what their intention was, but you can only see the impact, and so who's to blame? And it's definitely the one who shot that missile. So whether they intended to do it or not, it has been done, and the children have died because of that. So it's very sad.
What is the situation in Kiev right now?
People here are very resilient. They move on with their lives. Despite the war happening, this is not the front line, but having this happen, it sort of brings back all the fear and the concern for families and for civilians that this war is at the gate again. And so, whenever this happens, it's a stark reminder of the realities of war.
Do you intend to stay there for longer?
Yes, Moas is here since a month before the full-scale invasion. We have 150 staff here, over 50 ambulances on the front line, and we're very active. I've been here personally since the very beginning, and I intend to stay until our last days here.
Thank you, Chris. Stay safe.